If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free.
There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining to our first podcast. This is Real Conversations with
Sheeta
and Nikki. What we're going to be talking about in our podcast is just a little bit about everything. Our life experiences, how we met as friends, our journey on our road to entrepreneurship, and also just everyday life such as
pursuing goals, just everyday life situations that happen, as adults. So I briefly want to talk about myself. So I'm Sheeta. I currently have 3 kids. I'm engaged, and I also hold a master's in social work. So that's just a little, and I am from the Illinois, Chicago area. So that's just a little bit about me. So Nikki, you want to tell them about yourself?
Sure. So currently I don't have any children at this present time. I also hold a master's degree in organizational leadership and change. Me and Sheeta actually met. We worked at the same job. You want to go into our story, kind of how we met a little bit?
Oh, Lord. Well, you tell the story.
Okay. So since this is Real Conversations with Sheeta and Nikki, so I believe I had been working there for a few months at our job, and Sheeta had already been there. And she was so quiet.
Oh,
she never said anything. And I was like, I wonder if she kind of stuck up.
You ain't never tell me. This is new info for me, y'all. I'm sorry.
So, I believe it was one day she came over to my desk and she was talking to me about her daughter's hair getting braided. And I was actually shocked she was starting to talk to me. So somehow we wind up going out for drinks. And I'm going to say from my standpoint, it's just like ever since then, she's been my friend, my road buddy, my A1.
Oh, Lord. So crazy.
Yeah. So that's how I recall it. So
yeah, it went like that. It did.
Yeah.
And we've been friends ever since, and now we're business partners as well. So I do want to talk about like the purpose of us starting this podcast, right? So me and Nicole, we have both been pursuing like entrepreneurship, and we've always worked, a 9-to-5 job. So that's always been our mindset, to work 9 to 5. But being an entrepreneur was something new to us. And we wanted to get into being our own boss or, business women. But we didn't quite know how to get there. So Nicole actually suggested that we start like a weekly goal, start weekly goals and like, what else?
Monthly meeting.
Yeah, like an accountability partner. So it was really like she was the one that really came up with the idea to do that and to start really thinking of ways to make multiple streams of income and make money, besides working a 9 to 5. So Nicole, do you want to talk about kind of like what we were doing, like what we started to do and what works for you?
Yeah. So basically it was something that I had been doing with my niece. We were sending in our goals to one another. And then it was like the more that me and Rashida got to talking at work and just, everyday conversations, we just kind of both realized like, wow, like we've always wanted to, deep down had that passion to be an entrepreneur, but just didn't know how to do it and how to kind of make ourselves accountable for it.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for myself, I have wanted to start my own e-commerce business for probably like over a year now. Probably maybe about a year and a half, 2 years, just never did it. So I felt like once we kind of started like emailing our goals, so we would email what we want to get accomplished within that week. So we email our goals on Sunday to each other before midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we'll try to get everything done on our list. But of course, everyday life happens.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes these goals won't get done. And it's like, I've actually realized from you, Rashida, like if we don't get our goals done, everything on our list, like it's okay. We don't have to beat ourselves up about it. Just put it back on there again.
Yeah.
And sometimes it may go on there again.
Mm-hmm.
But, as long as it gets done and we know that it's in our mindset to get it done.
Yeah.
And I know personally for me, it has really helped me get way further in the game and on my road to entrepreneurship than I would ever have seen in just a short amount of time.
Yeah. I think the list, like the goals that we set for ourselves weekly, I feel like we are able to prioritize things better. Like we're able to really put it in our mind that, okay, this has to be done, and then if it's on your mind to get it done, you're more likely to do it, but if it's like a far off dream that you're not even trying to connect with, then it's more than likely you're not. So when she suggested the weekly goals, it made us prioritize things, to get it done.
Yeah. And our goals, they range from everything from our personal goals as to helping us be a better person every day to our goals on our road to entrepreneurship with our business. So we add things on there like self-care.
Yeah.
To include that in. I know with my niece too, because we still do our goals as well. I do them with her. She's added every Thursday. She does a self-care, like a bath with candles and reading and listening. She's like, I love that. Every Thursday, she's doing her self-care bath.
Yeah, you have to put yourself first.
Yeah,
because it's so often that we put ourselves on the on the back burner, and then before you know it, so much time has passed, and nothing has been done. You're in the same situation. Things haven't gotten better. So with the goals weekly, it really does help you to really think, okay, so what am I gonna do this week? What didn't I complete this week? And then once you do achieve those goals, then you move on to something else.
Exactly.
And, like Nicole said, it ranges from like lifestyle. It can be like health. I know me and Nicole have done like, the 7-day detox, with no sugar, no meat, no pork. And I even started, that's how I started. I stopped eating red meat from us doing these goals together.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I want to try, not eating, beef or pork for a week. And then when I did it, I put it on the list. And then I did it. And then after a week, I was like, okay, I can go, I can do this. I can go without, pork or beef. Because I felt like I wasn't missing anything from eating it. So it really is a lifestyle changer. If you really put in the effort and the time, it does really change your life.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I had me a lamb chop. when I want it. So,
Yeah, I don't eat pork or
Yeah.
beef. Opposed to.
Yeah, every now and again I like to, dabble in it. So yeah. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to set the podcast up where, maybe someone listening, this might inspire them or help them down their journey of, entrepreneurship, maybe in their personal life with the different content that we're going to talk about. I don't think we have just one set area. I think we're probably going to talk about a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we talked about setting our weekly goals, right? So what were some of the other things that we do?
Okay. So I also too, what's been a really good help is just our monthly meetings.
Mm-hmm.
With our monthly meetings, I always try to take notes to say that we are going to accomplish these things for this month, kind of like taking notes. And we'll also add a movie of the month on our monthly goals.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's something that's going to be inspiring.
Purposeful.
Yeah. So far we've had 2 movies of the month. We're going on our 3rd. So the first one was The War Room.
Mm-hmm.
That was Sheeta's suggestion. My suggestion was The Secret.
Mm-hmm.
And now Sheeta's turn. So she did The Overcomer.
Yeah. So every month we have our monthly meeting. So our monthly meetings really consist of the things that we've accomplished in that month that, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about our challenges, what we had to overcome, our frustrations, and just our plan for the following month of what we want to get done.
Yeah.
And we also had a Wisdom Wednesday, but it was a lot that we were trying to do. It was a lot we were trying to do in that week. We was like, okay, no.
Yeah.
There's too much stuff. Now we do the Motivational Mondays. Mm-hmm. So Motivational Mondays does consist of we'll send each other motivational passages, videos, motivational speaker videos every Monday. It might be something we find on Instagram or a passage out of the Bible. Just anything purposeful and inspirational that will get us through the week. So just to keep pushing and just keep moving forward. We know that there's going to be challenges and frustration, but the Motivational Mondays is for us to go back and be like, okay, when we do have doubts, we can pull strength from somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, frustration and challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I know personally myself, whenever I got frustrated or really put sometimes through a challenge, I would always give up. Mm-hmm. And I would just say that I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. And I would just stick to my same old routine, no matter what that would consist of. And this can go from anything with starting a business. Because before I've done other little things that, I was like, oh, I can make some money, trying to start my own business. And I wasn't putting in any effort all the way. Mm-hmm. And, I would get a little frustrated and I would just stick to basically I have a 9-to-5. This is paying the bills. But what I have learned is I'm getting more into reading my Bible every day, and that really keeps me encouraged. And I know now that, there's going to be challenges along the way, but it's just how you handle those challenges. Are you going to give up, or are you going to put in that fight? Because you know deep down within yourself if something is for you. So if you want to start that business, start it. And someone had posted, and what made me get started was just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I kept thinking like, well, I don't have the right people to show me the way. And, you know, nobody knows what they're doing at first unless you're blessed to have those resources. But most of the time you just start. And speaking for myself, I was like, wow, like I actually have a LLC. Like that's something for me. You know, I can't believe it. And I can't believe just how far, not just myself, but just, you know, all the people that I talk to about this, Rashida, my niece, and just how far that we have gotten. So I'm proud of all of us.
Yeah.
I'm proud of all of us. So you want to kind of talk about some challenges and how you get through your challenges?
Yeah, I have challenges every week. Like, I'm definitely not perfect. Like, this isn't like a perfection, thing where these goals are going to make you perfect. I mean, you're still human. You're still going to have ups and downs. But yeah, like weekly, I have challenges. Like, I call every week and with something, But when I do have, and this is something that I have learned, because I didn't always do this, like Nicole said, but when I do have challenges or feel defeated in some way, I would read the Bible, or I would listen to like a motivational speaker. I would listen to something that's positive or purposeful to get me through those challenges. Before, when I would have like challenges or, ups and downs, I wouldn't do anything. I would just sit in that, sit in it and be upset and, let it just mess with my head and ruin the rest of the day or the week. But I've changed that to where it's like, okay, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I have a greater purpose. So I go to doing, like I said, the motivational speakers. I listen to those, or I go to the Bible, to where, I'm reading, passages from the Bible. I'll pray about it and ask God to give me strength to overcome, whatever I'm going through for that week. So I really have changed a lot from, what I used to do. And it helps. It doesn't eliminate the problems completely. Like, it's life. Like, you're going to have problems regardless. But it's just the way you, respond to the problems, the way you handle it, that's what really matters.
Yeah.
So...
And it's really no one certain thing. What works for her may not work for me, or it might work for me. And what works for you may not work for someone else. So I know some people who said that they get up and they start dancing. So that's something that helps them. And I mean, no matter what it is, as long as you're releasing that energy in a positive way. Then, I ain't talking about doing nothing crazy out here. We talking about doing something legal. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever that may be.
Sometimes it's just like meditation. Yoga. It's whatever works for you. So we're just talking about what's working for us. And if these things work for you all, or if you want to try, doing these things for yourself, if you have your own goals that you want to set or have dreams, for yourself, and you really don't know how to get there, then you can definitely use some of the things that me and Nicole had talked about, and use it incorporate it in your everyday life. And just try it for a month and write down your goals once a week and look at them and, make it a priority to get them done for that week. And like Nicole said, if you don't get it done that week, just make an effort to get it done the following week. And then it is also good to do it with someone else. That way they're holding you accountable and you're holding them accountable, and you have someone to talk to about it. So, it is definitely a life-changing, process. And it's good to have, a friend or a close, a person that you trust to really talk to and share your secrets and your concerns and, with.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
If there's any content that you would like us to talk about, that you want to hear, you're always more than welcome to leave your comments. Just let us know. We're still kind of new at this. So we're just kind of finding our way around.
Yeah. So we will. So if you do have questions, or if there is like a topic that you would want us to talk about, or if there's something that we didn't explain clear enough and you would like us to go, to talk about it in more depth, then you can message us, email us, and then we'll try our best to address those questions or concerns in the following podcast.
So we look forward to talking to you on our next podcast.
Yeah.
So once again, this is Real Conversations with
Nikki and Cheetah.